Welcome to Tying Michigan's Best Trout Flies. Today we're going to be doing an old Michigan pattern. It was originated by Paul Young, famous bamboo rod maker out of Detroit back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I think the fly probably dates back to the 1930s or so. It's called the Michigan Stone, and it's an interesting pattern. And it was suggested that I do a Yellow Sally type of pattern by Mr. Dubus from out in Wyoming, and so I decided that I would pick an old one, but it's a good one, done by Paul Young. So let's get started on the Michigan Stone. So to tie Paul Young's Michigan Stone, for demo purposes, I'm using a size 14 hook. This can be tied anywhere from a 12 to an 18 with a variety of colors and everything, like all the other Michigan patterns. They're very versatile. This is an interesting pattern, and honestly one that I haven't used very much in the past. I have, but not recently. But this was by request, so we're going to do the Michigan Stone. And this fly has an interesting history because, like I said, it was originated by Paul Young, famous bamboo rod maker out of Detroit. He did that back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and we're using, by the way, 6/0 yellow thread. I forgot to mention that. Let's cover the shank with that. And excuse me. No, Aaron, where'd you put my hackle? Okay. Paul, of course, was a famous rod maker, but back in the 1950s, we're using a grizzly hackle here at the butt end. Grizzly hackle. This is a fore and aft fly, so a few turns of grizzly back here at the bend of the hook. But now, back in the 1950s, a young man by the name of Bob Summers went to work for Mr. Young and began to learn that trade. So that style, some of that at least, survives to this day because Bob Summers eventually became one of the better known rod makers in the United States, and he's right over here about 10 or 12 miles away from where I live, and still producing famous cane rods. So the history goes on. Now this fly, we're going to put a yellow body on. You can use, again, different colors here for different colors of fly that you're going to imitate. So just a little bit of yellow dubbing. We'll make the body here, and we'll just put that on in the usual manner. Forward, and a little bit of a wing going to the rear. And Paul made that out of, imagine that, using deer hair on a Michigan pattern. So we're going to use a little bit of deer hair for the wing on this little stone fly. And run that back about to the bend or so of the hook. So it looks something like that. And then he also used a little bit of grizzly at the front. And so we're going to do that as well. It is a very simple fore and aft fly, and used to be very popular. I don't hear much about it anymore. But just a few wraps in the front. And that is going to complete our Michigan Stone, originated by Mr. Paul Young, famous bamboo rod maker. And of course, we just whip off the head. And so this fly, like all other Michigan patterns, is very versatile. Again, tie it with some different body colors if you want to tie some and use some. I haven't used it for quite a while, but it used to be very effective. So give it a try and let me know how you do. And we will see you the next time, and thanks for watching.